I'm going to give you a list of some of the things that convinced me that we live on a non-rotating, mostly flat Earth. First off, our constellations have never changed. If we were truly being hurled through space chasing around a giant fireball, why have the constellations stayed the same for over 5,000 years? Polaris, the star that's associated with God, never moves. All the stars revolve around Polaris. Flight manuals explicitly say to treat the Earth as if it's flat and non-rotating. If you watch weather balloon footage of balloons that are sent up by everyday people and not the government, you can clearly see that the sun and moon are local and that the horizon is completely flat. This is one of my favorite accounts. His name is Eyes of Tomorrow. He's probably my favorite that launches weather balloons. You can clearly see that the sun is local as well as the moon, and you can see that it is a flat plane. They tell us that we can't see beyond the horizon because the Earth is curving, but people disprove that every day with the P1000s. You could find tons of footage of people just holding their cameras at the horizon and zooming in, and it all comes back into focus. There's no curve. Next, we have Operation Paperclip. Operation Paperclip was when the US brought over German scientists to create NASA. The founder of NASA was named Wernher von Braun. This is his tombstone. He quoted Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." A firmament can only exist on a flat earth. There's also tons of references throughout the Bible, like the four corners of the earth. The fact that in Isaiah, he knew the difference between a circle and a ball. Whenever he was referring to the earth, he said the circle of the earth, but he knew that a ball was different, that it was a sphere. And of course, the Book of Enoch is basically like a flat earth handbook. And one of my favorite things was the Chinese weather balloon. This is the Chinese weather balloon. Take a good look at this part. This is an image of our satellite. Look at this, and look at this again. And remember, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the entire world. Remember what the drama was with these, that Joe Biden wouldn't take it down, and he was saying it was because it was over a school? It was a failing satellite, and these things fail quite often. You can find quite a few videos of people being like taken out by these things. Like they just come down and just swoop and like wipe people out. And then we have the obvious, very real moon landing. I think most of us are like put onto that. Like we know that the moon landing was, even the Mars rover is like this. This is a picture from NASA of the rover of Mars. There's a rat in it. Like, how would Mars have rodents on it? If there was a rat on Mars, it was probably Wernher von Braun. When you look at things from an unbiased point of view, NASA does not put out images that are not CGI. Does this look like a real image to you? Then we have the fact that every person or organization that contributed to the globe model was a Freemason, aka a Satanist. First we had Pythagoras, Freemason, Copernicus, Freemason, Galileo, Freemason. And we had the Jesuits. The Jesuits are the organization that's behind the Catholic Church, and also the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Eastern Stars. They are the organization behind all secret societies. Then we had the Jesuit-run Catholic Church adopt the theory of evolution and the Big Bang Theory and start pushing the globe theory. Then we had Isaac Newton, who was a Freemason. Then we had Albert Einstein, who was a Freemason. Then we had Nikola Tesla come along, who has no history of being a Freemason, but openly rejected Einstein and Isaac Newton's findings. He completely rejected the Big Bang Theory. He completely rejected the theory of relativity. He rejected gravity and believed that everything was about electromagnetism. The theory of gravity does not make sense. If all of this water can be held upside down and on the sides of a sphere that's spinning, then why can feathers and leaves float around and not be held down by such gravity? A cubic foot of water weighs over 60 pounds. That's why. Water always finds its level. The etymology for the word gravity literally just means heavy. It's all about density and buoyancy. Yes, I am saying it. Gravity is a theory, and it is an incorrect one. Then we had the old Encyclopedia Britannicas that mentioned that the Earth was flat. They talked very openly about the firmament. Old newspapers did this. Here's some footage of planets. This is Venus. Here we have Mars and Neptune. I personally believe that the planets are the 7 fallen angels, and when you think about the names of them, they're all named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses, which are based on fallen angels. And if you read the Book of Enoch, it directly tells you that the lowest level of heaven is where the fallen angel leaders are suspended. It also tells us that one of the first things that the fallen taught humans to destroy us was astronomy and astrology. And have you guys ever seen the backside of the globe? Like, please, it's like the front side is the face and the back is its bald head. We also have my personal favorite proof, the Antarctica sky ice. Pretty much all of the science stations in Antarctica are down there studying this. It's self-regenerating ice that you can't hold because it will literally like singe your skin. It is so cold. This stuff is found in certain ice shelves, and I also believe this to be what the firmament is made out of. There used to be a video where they were boring through it and it took them like months and they got nowhere. Like they got a few meters and you could see it regenerating on camera, but I think it's been scrubbed from the internet. I've been looking for it for like ever. Speaking of Antarctica, we had Operation High Jump, where they literally openly were saying that they were trying to get past the ice wall. Then we had Operation Fishbowl. Remember what a fishbowl looks like, where the US government was trying to launch missiles into the firmament. The firmament also explains a ton of weather phenomena like rainbows, sundogs, a whole bunch of them. There is so much more information that proves that the Earth is semi-flat and does follow what the Bible says. This is just the baseline of what got me there, but I will continue posting flat earth proofs and I will redo my Bible series as well. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm clearly crazy. Don't believe a word I say. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Great. Can you see a boat on the screen?
I do not.
Great. But you will when I zoom in. There's the buoy and there's the boat.
Oh, but you can't see the bottom of the boat. That's weird.
You actually can see the bottom of the boat, but the bottom of the boat's in the water. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
You understand that boats, they're not ice skating on the water. They're in the water. Can we agree?
Yeah, I mean, boats float because part of them are underwater, sure.
Great. So you can see how the boat is on the water, and you can also see how this buoy appears lower than the boat in the background, right?
Angel, why is that buoy bigger than the boat, though?
Yeah, because it's closer.
Good one, Clint. So the buoy appears lower than the boat that's in the distance, but on a globe model, the horizon dips down and away from you, but it keeps rising up. Funny that. So yeah, you're
flat Earth.
Yeah, you're a fish out of water. Like you're cooked at this point.
You just got cooked.
So
I really don't see the problem there.
Now you don't see the problem. So here's where the cognitive dissonance come in. Where just a second ago you said that this line is curvature that boats go over. I'm clearly demonstrating it's not, but that's all right.
Okay, so when you look up at the moon, why can you see so much further?
Next, because you're not looking through the atmospheric disturbance at ground level.
That's in the sky.
When you look at the moon,
It extends the length of your vision. Everything you see is inside the horizon or inside the vanishing point of your vision.
Is the horizon 0 degrees?
On what model?
Either model.
The Earth is flat, and the X-15 proves it. It's the fastest manned aircraft with a top speed of 4,520 miles per hour. So with a top speed of 4,520 miles per hour, that means between point A and point B, the X-15 would have to account for 2,580 miles of curvature. That would be 43 miles of curvature per minute and 0.72 miles or 3,801 feet of curvature per second. If we know anything about flight dynamics, they assume that the Earth is flat and there is zero curvature, and that is a non-rotating Earth. They assume that because it is. Besides flight dynamics, there's plenty other government documents that assume the Earth to be flat and non-rotating, from NASA, from the US Air Force, the CIA, all kinds of stuff. At 4,520 miles per hour, or Mach 6.7, I don't think it would be safe to assume anything. Not to mention there's instruments on the plane that show that the plane isn't changing its orientation and flying over the curvature of the Earth, like the attitude indicator that's attached to a gyroscope that maintains its rigidity in space. Next, I think I might make a video on the attitude indicator to show how it proves that the plane isn't flying around a curved Earth. But for now, rip globe. I'd like to ask everybody to join me and take a moment of silence for the globe. Rest in pieces.
Did you know that it can be proven that a gyroscope does not, will not, and cannot account for axial rotation or curvature? So it's not constantly adjusting so that an airplane can tip its nose down repeatedly to account for curvature and rotation. In fact, if you go and ask any airplane pilot, hey, do you have to constantly account for curvature or axial rotation when you fly? They're all gonna politely say, no. It all looks pretty flat to me. In fact, when I'm flying, I don't see any curvature. I'm never adjusting my plane so that the tip of the plane is always slightly tilted down. And I'm never accounting for 1,000 mile per hour rotation on the equator when I land. So if these pilots aren't accounting for these things, and the gyroscopes don't account for these things, then how do these things even exist? How does curvature exist if we don't measure curvature? How does rotation of the Earth exist if we cannot measure rotation of the Earth? Does this make any sense to you guys? Not to me. But of course, I made everything up, and this was for entertainment purposes only.
All matter, including gases, are influenced by gravity. It is proven by the fact that we have air to breathe. But check this out. Ways to describe gases. All gases have a definite volume. All gases take a shape of their container, filling all the available space. The particles in a gas are spread out in the available space. The particles move easily through the available space. So gases need a container. Gravity is not a container. Check this out. Okay, let's light this up. So gases move in all kind of directions, in all directions, up, down. So I say like gravity doesn't affect gases. We live in a container. As soon as I open it, this gas is trying to find equilibrium. It's going up. Okay, it's going up, right? Not down. Mass attract mass, right? Everest has rarely been climbed without oxygen, and most climbers use bottled oxygen above 7,000 meters on an 8,000 meter peak, right? We breathe high pressure gases, right? Check this. This is why I say gravity doesn't work on gases. All planets lose their atmosphere. Each day, around 90 tons of hydrogen and helium escape from the Earth in the direction of space. Do you get that? Helium and hydrogen is not affected by gravity. And here's another one. Escaping when the heat is on or under pressure. Where is the barrier? Where is the seal? So the Globers would claim that gravity is a weaker force. So would the Globers also claim that helium is a force? TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just making this up, right? This is just a cartoon. I'm just making this up. Please do not trust me. This is not real, right?
Good afternoon, aloha from Florida. So one of the subjects that people who are researching flat Earth come into is the subject of Antarctica, and that it's not open for independent travel. That's the facts, that's the truth. But you see, oh, there's tour guides down there. You can go to Antarctica, and that's an argument from the globe trolls all the time. It's ridiculous. What we are saying is true. You cannot go explore Antarctica independently. Why? I'm not sure. Is it because the dome touches down there and you're going to run into a wall thousands of miles over the surface of the ice? Maybe. Is it possible that just past the ice there's warm continents with a lot of resources and huge areas of land? I don't know. Maybe. But the fact is, you cannot go explore Antarctica independently. That's the key word. If you want more on this, please check out Ben's channel, Taboo Conspiracy, and his video called Antarctica Closed. For those of you who don't know, Ben was an attorney. He has a Juris Doctorate and 2 master's degrees, and he went into the Antarctica Treaty deeply and explained the different things you would have to do to try to get a permit to go to Antarctica. That's the other thing. Oh, you can get a permit to go there. Any idea how much that permit costs before they even say yes to your permit? So no, there's no independent travel in Antarctica. That's because the Earth is flat and stationary, and there are secrets to this realm that we live in found in Antarctica. That's my belief or opinion. Have a great day. God bless.
So I'm outside on this beautiful night looking up here at the moon with my camera, and I want to show you guys something pretty interesting. With this long zoom camera, whenever you zoom in on the moon, look at all the detail that you can see. And they tell us that the moon is 238,000 miles away. But they also say the furthest we can travel is in low Earth orbit. So tell me, if we can only travel in low Earth orbit and the moon is 238,000 miles away, tell me how we went to the moon in the first place. And tell me how we can see so much detail if it's supposedly that far away. It's because it's not that far away. It's in the firmament. You've been lied to your whole life. Wake up to the truth.
What's funny about this is that we get our phone service only from cell towers, and we get our Wi-Fi only from sea cables. Look up what satellites actually do. It's surveillance. Yes, that is also Starlink. Starlink does not have service in its patent of any kind. This is satire for entertainment purposes only. I'm clearly crazy.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.